Hello, Monica.
Thank you for meeting me here.
Not at all. Would you like a drink?
No, not right now, thank you.
Why, do you have to go back to the hospital?
No, not unless there's an emergency or something.
Monica, have a drink, will you? You look very tense.
Oh, well, all right.
A glass of white wine for my wife, please. Thank you.
I'm glad you could meet me here. It's really very difficult to discuss anything in the house in the evenings with Alex and Edward being there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something I didn't want them to overhear.
Go ahead, then, shoot.
I'm worried about her money.
You've made that very clear.
I think there's been a great manipulation of funds going on.
You're not saying to me that you think that my father is lying to us about our European accounts, do you?
I think that Alex is lying, Alan.
Thank you.
Thank you. I do not trust the woman.
You've made that very clear as well.
Look, Alan, last night you asked her to put a full account on your desk this morning of our entire European portfolio. Now, was it there?
No, it wasn't.
No, I didn't think it would be, and it won't be because she will never honor your request.
I'm afraid you're right.
I know I am right. Alan, this is involving your entire fortune. Don't you care?
Of course I care. If there's been any misappropriation of funds, I want to know about it.
Good. Good. At least we agree about something.
You don't really think that my father is involved in a scheme to try and defraud us, do you?
Alex is very tricky. Edward may not even know what is going on. Do you have a key to ELQ International?
Yes, of course I do.
Good. And I suggest you use it. I suggest that you go over to that office tonight when the offices are closed, and you find out just exactly what is going on. Alan? Is there some reason that you're hesitant about this? Alex doesn't have anything that she's holding over your head, does she?
Sounds ridiculous. I just thought maybe possibly I should confront her directly.
Oh, come on. You did that last night. And she didn't do anything about it. She isn't going to level with you, Alan.
You're right.
Yes, I know I'm right. And I don't want to stand by and see somebody use our funds, especially Alex, for some wild scheme. And we can't even have Edward protect us because he may be just as much in the dark as we are. That's fine. That's fine, thank you.
You better? You certainly seem a lot more relaxed.
Well, it's nice not to be at each other's throat.
It's a little late in coming, but I must say it's pleasant for a change.
Well, maybe it's because we have the same goal in common. We both want to make sure our money is secure.
You know what, Monica? You really are becoming a true quartermain.
Maybe. When it comes to money, I suppose I am. You do think Alex should be stopped, don't you?
Absolutely.
Okay. Maybe by going to the offices tonight, you'll find out.
I'll have to be careful, though. Alex and Dad sometimes work very late.
Okay. All right, then maybe we could just, well, we could have dinner here. And you could call the offices every now and then.
No, I think that's very obvious. That's not a good idea. What I'll do is I'll wait until later and I'll check. Hopefully the office will be closed by that time.
All right. All right, whatever you say. Then I'm just going to grab a bite and then I'm going to run. I have a long day in surgery. You will go to the offices, won't you?
If I possibly can, I will. I don't want to see my personal fortune go down the drain because of some harebrained scheme of Alex, believe me.
Alan, it is my money, too.
Indeed, you are my wife. Even if it's a marriage in name only.
Don't let's get into that now.
Sorry.
Things were going along pretty well.
True. I know how much I did press you, Monica, to try and be civil to Alex.
And I tried, Alan. I did try. But there is something about that woman that I don't like.
I understand. I should thank you for being as civil as you were to her. To tell you the truth, the more I get to know my cousin, the less I like her. Shall we go to our table?
Thank you. Well, I must say, it's rather nice having dinner away from the family for a change.
I know. I'm so bored with Alex's chatter.
And Lila. Good heavens. I don't believe I said that. I love Lila. You know I do. It's just the constant chatter from her about this art auction benefit or whatever.
Yes, I understand that she and some of the other members of the organization have really fouled it up royally.
Oh, I don't think it's that bad. I just think that... Well, I think they've made some sort of a mess about who donated what art objects or something.
Well, that's my mother, all heart and no organization.
Do you realize that we're having dinner and we haven't made a cutting remark to either one of us?
Well, money makes strange bedfellows, doesn't it? Figuratively speaking, that is.
Yeah, figuratively speaking.
I'm just so sorry I was late, that's all.
Oh, I never mind waiting for a charming woman like you. A table for Tony Castle, please.
Hello, Leslie.
Oh, hello, Alan. Tony, I don't believe you've met Alan and Monica Quartermain, who are colleagues of mine at the hospital. Tony Castle.
It's my pleasure.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Castle.
Well, we won't interrupt your dinner. Good to see you.
Okay. Bye. The sight of her still affects you, doesn't it? You're still jealous of her because of Rick, aren't you?
No. No, that's all.
Monica, I saw something in your eyes. I know you well enough. Don't tell me that you're jealous of her because she's here with some interesting-looking man.
No, I'm not. I'm not jealous of that. If I'm jealous of anything, I'm jealous of the good life that she is leading right now. Because I could hardly say the same for mine.
Hello?
Good morning, you lovely thing. How are you on this glorious day?
I feel just wonderful. Maybe just a tiny bit pregnant, though.
Oh, dear. You sound like you need to see a doctor.
Oh, I do, right this instant. Are you going to come over?
Oh, well, what would keep me from coming over to see you? Oh, listen, I have thought up the most fantastic cover story for us.
What is it?
I'll tell you when I get there. Bye.
You really should be more discreet, cousin dear.
You're getting very sneaky. Do you know that, Alex?
Sneaky? Me? Look who's calling the kettle black. I was just simply in the living room minding my own business, and, I needed to make a phone call. And there you were, having a sweet little conversation with your sweet little playmate.
I don't want to discuss my personal business with you, Alex.
Well, I think you hardly need to when you're being this careless.
Careless.
Really, Alan, how tacky. Getting Susan more pregnant? Looks like the Quartermain bloodline still runs true and straight.
We'll settle this right here and now, Alex.
Where are we now? Seems that our naughty little boy's been caught with his hands in the cookie jar, and now he's going to have a tantrum.
I can stop you from doing anything, and you know it.
Oh, Alan, how boring. Don't tell me you're going to threaten me again with how I've handled the Quartermain funds.
You think you're going to find it boring when I squeeze you right out of this family?
And I suppose Edward has no say-so in this?
Edward, as you called him, is on my side. Edward is my father.
I'll remind you, Alan, that I'm still a member of this family.
You are a niece. You are a cousin. You are not my sister, and you don't have Tracy's advantages.
Are you suggesting I test that theory?
You're already testing it to the absolute limit.
What I suggest to you, Alex, is that you disclose every single detail of the Quartermain funds, or you're going to be thrown right out of here on your well-tailored portfolio.
Bravo, Alan, bravo. A good defense is always an aggressive offense. All right. I'm going to make you what I consider a very good proposition. You tell me exactly how you're going to handle your, delicate situation with Susan Moore. And I'll tell you exactly where you stand financially, and not a moment before.
So we're really going to get down to it, are we?
Only if we have to.
How can you possibly profit if you're on the outside?
Oh, but I am not on the outside. I am very much on the inside.
You're on the inside only as long as I choose to let you stay there. Don't you ever blackmail me, Alex, ever, or I'll destroy you.
My goodness. The dear boy suddenly has claws.
You are treading on a very thin wire, madam.
Oh, don't threaten me, Alan. I invented the strategy. Now, I've caught you, and you simply don't know how to handle it.
What I know is that I'll never turn my back on you again.
You know, it's really utterly amusing. Actually, I'm a little ashamed of myself for not having put the clues together a little sooner. The way Susan Moore never dated anybody else. And imagine a beautiful girl like Susan staying a, recluse.
You have a remarkable ability to cheapen everything you talk about.
And that ridiculous routine of going down to the disco to check out the books. Oh, what a laugh, Alan. You'd know the difference between a debit and a credit. Now stay out of my business operations.
Stay out of it? I'm going straight into the middle of it. I'm going to have the Quartermain finances audited from one end to the other.
I suggest you reconsider that decision, cousin dear. Because unless you call off that audit, I'm going to tell Monica all about Susan Moore. And if you think I'm kidding, you just call my bluff.
Oh, goodness. A little early for door slamming, isn't it?
I'm sorry, Monica. I was just thinking about something else.
Obviously. Well, tell me about last night. I waited up as long as I could for you to get home.
I'm sorry, Alex and Dad, they work late. I couldn't get into the office.
Oh, all right. Well, what about today, then?
Alex is already up and about now.
Alan, don't tell me you're just going to give up on finding out what financial mess we're in, are you?
How can you be so certain, Monica, that we really are in a financial mess?
Well, because you don't look like you're brimming over with confidence, that's why.
Well, I'll tell you what. I have told you that I have a key to the ELQ office. I will use it. I don't know whether it'll be morning or nighttime, but I will use it. I'm an officer of the corporation, and I have every right to investigate what's going on there, okay?
Yes, because that's what I've been telling you to do all along. Also, to get some auditors to come in there, which I think you might try doing.
What is everybody in this family, all of a sudden, they're a financial genius? Will you please let me do it my way?
Here you are.
What a nice way to start the day. How sweet, Monica.
Thank you.
Makes me wonder why.
Well, Alex, I kind of thought maybe we could, I don't know, resolve a few of the differences that we've had lately. I heard you and Alan arguing early. Practically at the crack of dawn. It must have been quite a disagreement.
Well, hardly anything earth-shattering. I have made some rather heavy investments in some diamond mines in South Africa.
Everybody knows that. I mean, everyone knows the Quartermain family has been into diamonds for years.
Well, precisely. Monica, I will never understand your husband. Never.
Oh, I realize he can be rather difficult when he digs his heels in. But to tell you the truth, Alex, I don't know. I'm kind of concerned about our financial situation.
Well, I'll assure you, Monica, that it's all quite healthy.
That's good. You see, Alan just feels that ELQ International is divesting itself of, well, too many holdings, kind of putting all of its eggs in one basket, as it were.
And how do you feel about it, Monica?
Well, I don't know that I'm really qualified to pass judgment on the methods of operation. All I know is it's what is making Alan very unhappy.
We are being quite candid with each other, aren't we, Monica?
I certainly hope so.
Well, I feel that Alan's temper is due largely to the fact of the situation with your marriage.
Situation?
You two are hardly lovebirds, now are you?
Alex, my marriage is hardly relevant to what we're talking about. What we're talking about, Alex, is money.
I have some croissants heating with raspberry jam, sweet butter, and hot coffee. It'll be ready in a second.
I see. You weren't expecting me then, huh?
Of course not. Whatever gave you that idea?
You're such a joy to me. You know that.
Do you make me feel that I am? Okay, so tell me, how did you manage to sneak away so early this morning?
I did not sneak away. I walked out of the front door, and I'm going to continue to walk out of the front door, and I'm not giving any excuses to anybody anymore.
Oh, even Monica?
Especially Monica.
You are a dynamo in the morning.
I have come to terms with myself, about us, and about what we want out of life. The day that Monica slept with Rick, she cut whatever bond we had left between us. I owe her nothing. I don't have any shame, I don't have any regrets, and I don't have any guilt with you. The only thing that I need and that I want desperately is a chance just to love you and look after that child that you're carrying for the both of us.
I hope so. I need you so much.
I, also now have the most incredible cover story for us.
You seem to have an inexhaustible supply.
Yes, but this one is legitimate and fantastic, and all thanks due to my adorable sweet cousin, Alex.
Alex? What does she have to do with us?
I am investigating the family's financial affairs that she and my father manage. It's going to keep me very busy and keep me out of the house for long periods of time. May even take me to Europe and to New York.
You mean we could be together?
Whenever you can meet me, we'll be together.
Europe. Alan, that's another idea. I mean, maybe I could even stay there after the baby's born.
I rented an apartment for you in New York. I took it just for that purpose. I took it under the name of Mrs. Arnold Wellington.
Didn't.
I did. You made the name of it. What are you laughing? I took it because you can't have the baby here in Port Charles. As much as I want you to and as much as you want to. It's not safe anymore, my love. Alex is threatening your safety every second.
Well, I would be able to see you, wouldn't I? To be with you?
I'll be with you every moment I can, and those that I can't, I'm going to steal. Every second. And it's all going to be under the guise of investigating financial affairs.
You're a very devious man.
I know, aren't I terrible? Trouble with us Quartermains, we're all the same. We take what we want, when we want, and from whom we want. God knows I want you. I love you so much.